What's happening, people? Back with another reaction, back with another Duet Emmo reaction. Indeed, I have let this simmer for so long that I told Doug I wanted to do a double to kick it off, though as I mentioned in the last reaction, I'm not going to necessarily do it in alphabetical, not what I meant to say, chronological order. And the next one we're going to listen to is called A.N.C. in acronym form. I don't know what that stands for, given that I don't expect there to be any lyrics. I won't think too long about what it might mean. Let's just listen to the tune. This is Duet Emmo, which again is Daniel Miller, Bruce Gilbert, and Graham Lewis, and an album from 1983 called Or So It Seems, and this track is an abbreviation, A.N.C. Bit of a robotic vocal sound. Maybe vocoder, I'm not sure. But again, otherworldly already. Sounded like a bleep tone, a machine output sound. So yeah, as I now feel compelled to say, a few of the tracks on this album are very short. This one I think is like a minute and a half. There's a couple others that are even shorter. One's like 1 minute, one's like a minute 18. There's also a 9-minute track, an 8.5-minute track, and an 18-minute track on here. So a lot of variety in terms of the duration of the tunes. Again, no words per se. I do think those mechanical sounding vocals were indeed vocals that have been infected in some way. I don't know. In the hardcore scene in particular, there's a lot of vocals that they sound weirdly mechanical, and I remember people saying there's something called a vocoder, and that's, people use that in a lot of hardcore releases. I don't know if that piece of hardware or technology is around at this time. Presumably, it predates the 90s tunes I'm thinking of that people have mentioned in that regard, but whatever the means of that effect, it definitely gave it, again, it's like, it sounds like vocals, but not. It has this quasi-vocal quality, although in the first track I listened to, Hill of Men, it was more like a haunted ghost vocal. This one was more like a distorted mechanical or robot vocal. Obviously there was a bit of a rhythm to it, but it felt otherworldly, other-dimensional. There was that crazy rhythmic shift right near the end where it almost cut off one of the measures and changed the tempo and time signature and everything, and just rapidly, maybe not unraveled, but dismantled itself. So yeah, really interesting. Again, the one thing that I did read about this project going into it is that there's a bit of an industrial feel so far, 2 for 2. I definitely pick up on that, although not what I would have meant by saying that word. I think industrial, I think is something like 90s Nine Inch Nails and so on. This does feel like it's a precursor maybe to those styles, but different. So yeah, just really interesting and a million miles away from what Daniel Miller was doing with Depeche Mode in '83. So yeah, fascinating. We'll keep going through this. Shout out once again to Doug. Let me know what you think, and I will see you next time. Peace.